everybody. Welcome back. All right, we are now going to part one of the email. And I would like to welcome everyone who was with us during the first session for the writing strategies. And for those who have just joined us, welcome. And I'm very sure that you will find this particular session fruitful. As for part one, writing the email, this is the part where you have the chance to score the maximum 20 marks. Isn't that right, Doctor? Everyone will be able, even those of you who think, oh, my grammar is not right, my spelling. But Dr. Ila will share all the tips and tricks that you can try and improve on to get at least minimum, I can guarantee, minimum 17 marks, inshallah. All right, so over to you, Dr. Ila.
All right, thank you, Puan Halimato. We are here again. Thank you to SMK Hulu Kelang and PPD Gombak for having this program so that everyone, regardless where you are from, whether you're from Gombak, Selangor, anywhere in Malaysia, would benefit from this sharing session. But what I love about our group is it's small, and any questions we can answer because, we don't have such a big group, which I love because this is what I love the most, having interaction. So feel free to ask question. No question is not good enough for us to answer. Any questions also we will answer. All right. Okay, so let's start. What we are going to do, but I just like to remind everyone, we have already done the writing strategies at 10 o'clock. So if you have missed those, that section, you can go back to see the live that's been recorded. It is on the YouTube channel. And then we are doing part one, and then we will take a break before we go to part two. It's quite a few hours because, you have to take your lunch, make sure you do your prayers for Zohor, and then come in for part two at 4, and then we'll break again before we meet for the last part at 6. Okay, so let's start with part one, short communicative language email, 20 marks. All right, for this paper, this is a sample question. All right, it's a sample where you must answer the question. The instruction is very important. You receive an email from your friend team whom you'll be visiting during the coming school holidays. Okay, so this is the sample question. All right, you have to write about 80 words. So let's look at the strategy for proficient and prepared, okay, for the students who are able to do. Remember the steps, right? Step 1, read instruction, read the stimulus, underline keywords. I'm going to show you every single step as an example soon, right? Write your email, read this email to check you have answered the 7 patapirla question, and then edit if you have time. So let's go into it step by step. So I'm doing step 1 and 2 together where you read the instruction and stimulus. So you already have this instruction. You must answer means you have no choice. Whether you're happy or not happy, you have to answer. And please do answer this question because it is the essay question that everyone can score. Like Puan Halimatul say, we hope at least 15, 16, 17 marks you can get. For those who are good, we want you to get 20 out of 20. Right? So you receive an email, so you read the stimulus, you got an email from your friend team who will be you will be visiting instead of your friend visiting, but you'll be visiting during the coming school holidays. So this is the message from team. Hi, I cannot wait for the holidays to arrive. I want to plan some exciting things for us to do during your visit. Do you like being outdoors or indoors? Do you prefer islands or the islands? Let me know so I can plan ahead by team. So write an email to team in about 80 words. Usually this is how the SPM question looks like, short, simple, in that form. All right, usually. Okay. Now you have to underline the keywords. So I would like to ask those who are here to put in the chat box what words you would underline in order for you to be able to later write the email. So what would you underline, Ima?
What would, if I were a pupil, I would
Yeah.
underline, yes, of course. I will underline my friend's name, Tim, because when I write, you need to make sure you know who you are writing to. Remember one of the tapela, who is your audience, right? Okay. And I will also write about, I underline exciting things to do. And I will definitely double highlight indoors or outdoors, which means I have to decide which one I need to highlight or choose to write about, and highlighting highlands and islands because these are the requirements, the information. Remember, Tapila, the information, I is for information that I need to write in my email.
Wow, Halimato, such a good student. She remembered Tapela. Right, Nivita
Ah,
said, yes,
Nivita, yes.
friend, you will be visiting holiday, all right? Nivita, what about the others? Nobody wants to share their answer. Okay, so actually email is quite easy. You most of the time you would want to underline important things. So I'm just going to show what I've underlined.
Mm.
Why for me an email is important because the genre of the text is an email. All right. Your friend Tim, correct? As Ima said, your friend Tim, you'll be visiting because I need to remember that I will be visiting, not Tim visiting
Yeah.
me coming school holidays. And you are very right where you have to highlight the outdoors, indoors, highlands, and the islands. So this would be what you would underline. Nivita said something. All right, Nivita added on. Do you
Yeah.
prefer, right, Nivita? Thank you. Because it's delayed, so Nivita answered this, before I showed actually the slide. So thank you so much, Nivita, for your answer. Awesome. So we know whether you are paying attention and you got your answer right. So good job. All right. So I'm introducing Tapela because maybe some people did not attend the 10 o'clock, Being a Sunday, I assume many people are sleeping. Okay. Right. Yeah. They're still sleeping, resting because I know many schools were having extra classes yesterday. Right. So I just remind T is text type, what text you must write. Okay. And then A, if you want to know in detail, you can go back to the first uh, live recording that we have done. A is audience. Who are you writing for? Okay. And then you have P, the purpose of this uh, email that I'm going to write. What is it for? So looking at this email that we had to reply to is more of giving suggestion and opinion to your friend Tim, what you want to do when you go and visit Tim. So what are the information so we know we have to make a choice, indoor or outdoor, and we have to say whether we want highlands or the islands, right? So these are information that I need to answer in the question. And then the register that I will use, because it's Tim, my friend, would be informal. I would not be talking to my friend in a formal manner, all right? And the linkers that I would use, if I would always advise my students just use cohesive devices because if you just use 100% cohesive devices, you get the full marks for organization. All right. And then A, accuracy, my spelling, my punctuation, my sentence structure, my grammar. This is what Tapirla is all about. All right. Okay. Let's answer the question using Tapirla. All right. This I'm showing now how you do it because in part 2, I will show you the shortcut, right? The shortcut how to do this because some people will be thinking, I won't have time to write the question. I'm not asking you to write question like what do I need to write? No. Okay, but to teach you first, I need to show you this. All right, so what do I need to write? I'm sure the answer is an email. That's what I need to write to respond to Tim. Who is my audience? Now, who is going to read my email? I'm sure you know who's going to read. Who's going to read this, Ima?
Well, obviously the examiner, the teachers, but you are writing to Tim. So Tim is going to be reading your email.
Yes, Tim is the reader because sometimes when I ask my students in class, who's going to read, teacher? No. Yes, I'm going to read to
Of
give you
course.
marks, right? I have to give you marks, but the audience is not for me. The
Tim.
audience is for Tim, right? Correct. Tim, who is my friend. Okay, and then what is the reason am I writing this? Hold on, we have some people answering. Alia, right,
Oh,
good. Thank
nice.
you.
Good
Right, so my
job.
friends, good. Jarek, yes. Jarek says my friend Tim. Okay,
Mm,
good. So I would love to know from everyone what is the purpose for you to write this email, because this is quite difficult. What is the reason for you to write this email? Because if you ask your student why are you writing this email, most of the students can't answer it
mm,
accurately, because if you get the answer wrongly, then your purpose of writing the email won't be right. Why is it Alia holidays, Alia? I need to understand now, what is the purpose of writing this email? What are you going to do when you answer the email? The purpose is you want to give suggestion to your friend about what you like.
mm,
Because your friends say, let me know so I can plan. So what you give your suggestion, maybe team will not do whatever everything that you ask, because maybe there's certain things you want to do your friends can't do. So Alia says to let team work. Yes, correct,
yes.
Nivita. To know team to visit during coming school holidays. Yes, Alia, you want to visit. The reason is you want to give him suggestion. All right, yeah, you want to let team know what I prefer. Correct. Yes, thank you, Alia. Thank you, Navita. Good answers. Okay,
Mm,
what information must I include would be the one. Whether I
mm,
prefer outdoors or indoors, or do I prefer highlands or the islands. So these are the information I must make sure I put in, because there are two questions. If
mm,
you look at the SPM question 2021, 2022, 2023, all right, you will realize like that certain years they ask for 4 information, certain years they ask for 3 information. All right, so you have to highlight all the questions they ask. Sometimes they ask question like, if just say team says, do you like indoors, do you prefer, and then he asks another question, what time do you think you would reach and the place, and where? There will be 4, because
mm,
what time will be one and the place will be another one. So you need to be very alert of how many information you must give, because sometimes you just put the time, we forget the place, and you don't have the full content marks. I've seen some people answering to tell team what I like. Yes, correct, Jerry. And all right, Alia said welcome. All right, okay. So now what is the appropriate register? Now you're writing to your friend team. So what would be an appropriate register? Would it be formal, semi-formal, informal? Okay, the register used for me to write this email. We have to get our register right, because that will affect your communicative achievement.
mm.
All right, Mark CA. All right, good. Jerry, thank you, Jerry. Thank you, Navita. Right, so you are right. It is informal. Okay, can you please list to me all the linkers and cohesive devices that you think you can use, and how many paragraphs you think you should write? Share with me. Okay. What about you, Ima? If you would want to use sequence connectors or linkers or cohesive devices, what would you use?
Okay. For me, like I
Mm,
mentioned just now during our first session, I like to get my pupils to quickly just write whatever list of all the linkers that you can think of, even before reading the question. So when I have read the question and did all the steps that you mentioned just now, then and when I want to start putting in my ideas, I will go to the list. So obviously, basic ones will be there, and next, afterwards. That's why we need to make a list. I will make a list. And when it comes to paragraphing, I will tell my pupils to think of i's. uh, I for intro, C for content, E for ending. So the moment when you think of i's, you already have 3 paragraphs there. So when you start to organize your ideas, and in your intro you need to address, you say hello, and then your content is the explanation of whether you prefer indoors, what activities, and in the end you will say goodbye to team. So there's already automatically 3 minimum paragraphs. So
mm.
basically that's how I will organize my writing.
All right, thank you, Ima. All right, so we have a few answers here. Alia said actually first one paragraph. Correct, Alia, it's 80 words. You only write one paragraph. Even if you use eyes by one Ima who said just now eyes, your introduction will be just one
Yeah,
sentence to
one sentence.
answer, and then your content will be all the questions that you want to answer, and then E is your ending is by the by. All right, so that would be what she meant by. So usually I advise one paragraph, but just say you write two paragraphs. Nothing will happen to you. Nothing will happen to you. But for me, because the email is only one paragraph. Okay. All right. So let's go into. Hold on. Give me 1 second. All right. So we have Jarek saying personally. Uh, first, besides, apart from that, as a good. All right, we have Navita giving personally, besides, in addition, good. Navita said 2 to 3 paragraphs. Sometimes, why you want to write so many paragraphs, Navita? Is straight to the point. Can I write email in 3 paragraphs? There is nothing wrong, but I want to inform everyone that this is straight to the point. There is nothing for you to maneuver in a way that you think, oh, I want to write this much, that much. Don't waste your time, because I would advise anyone to write only 15 minutes, 1-5. Okay, even 15 minutes is too long actually. All right, you just have to make sure you spend, right, 10 to 15 minutes on this part. So don't waste a lot of time on something that is very simple, because I want to remind everyone this is an A2 level English, meaning it's year 6 form 1. The level is a low level to make sure every one of you can write and you are at that level. Because if I'm marking, all right, even in my school, when I'm marking my students' essay, looking at part 1, I already know what English level you are. By your few sentences, we know you are actually not an A2 student. You are not a B1, but you're a B2. We already know. Okay, so keep all your weapons of the way you want to write for essay part 2 and part 3. So part 1 just direct. So this is a sample that I give and, however, therefore, also, then, and I put there 1. But if just say during the exam you write 2 or 3 paragraphs, nobody is going to deduct any marks. Okay. Now, suitable words and sentences you can use. I just put swimming, seaside, sandy beaches. I've not put in sample of that. All right. You're welcome, Jarek. You're welcome, Navita. Okay, so let's go to this part. Okay, now you write your email. This is sample email. As you can see, it's only 1 paragraph. 2, you will have the structure given to you where they have the to, from, me. What I mean is this part. Okay, this one will be given to you. Even the lines will be done for you. And then you have all the lines here for you to write. So just fill in simple team@gmail.com and then ali@gmail.com. And then the subject you fill up with the name of the holiday plans, for example. Okay, or you can put my preference, whatever that has connection to this. So because if you know your purpose, it's easy for you to write a subject here. Okay, my suggestions also can. All right, hi team, I cannot wait. Actually, if I want to make it more informal, I can't wait to visit you in Terengganu too. I'm counting down the days. I enjoy being outdoor because I've been indoors studying for weeks. I love being on islands. We can go swimming and snorkeling. In addition, we can play beach volleyball, my favorite sport. Wouldn't it be awesome to also have a picnic on the beach? What do you think about my suggestion? I hope I've answered your questions. I will be seeing you soon. Bye, Ali. That's all we need from you. We don't need long, fancy things. It's straight to the point, telling what I like and so on. Okay, so let's see. Now that I have this email, I need to check. Did I answer my tapela so that I get the best marks? All right, to get 20 out of 20. So Do I write? Does this look like an email? I just want to remind everyone, please make sure you write your name on the left-hand side. Okay, because even during your trial exams, all right, even when we are marking essays in class, when you are doing email, there are students who write, okay, the name here, this part. No, it should be not on the right hand, wrong, it should be on the left, because email, okay, we wouldn't waste time using our computer and do tap, 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 and right here, okay, it will be here. Right? So if it's an email, yes, it's an email. Did I write to team? My audience is to team, suitable for team? Yes. Did I give suggestion? Yes, I gave the suggestion, all right, of what I want to do, or I gave preference of what I want to do. Did I say whether I like outdoors or indoors? Yes, I said that I enjoy outdoors. Yes, I have. And I say I prefer islands. Yes. All right. Does it say that's informal? Yes, I have hi, I have bye, I have exclamation marks, I have questions. All right. Again, here, exclamation mark. All right. And I use a lot of active all right. It's informal. What suitable linkers did I use? I use because and in addition also, all right? And these are the words that I've used. You will see later when I show how marking is done, when I highlight all this, all right? I'm repeating how the criteria for assessing an essay, all right? So you will have, okay, you will have criteria content where we look at P, purpose, and information. Have you fulfilled the task? So just now when I'm writing, I wrote the email to Tim. Did I fulfill the task? Did I suggest it to him? Or I told him my preference? If I did, I'll get 5 marks. Okay? And then my communicative achievement, right? Does my text look like an email? Is it suitable for the audience who is Tim reading it? Does it sound friendly? All right. The purpose of telling him my preference, was it there? Does it sound that I told him, or it was just an instruction to him? And did I use the register that was suitable to be an informal email? If it's yes, I'll get 5. Organization. I've used and because, and I use one in addition, cohesive device, high level cohesive set linkers, but it's low frequency, yes. I use punctuation, yes. I had question with a question mark, I had exclamation mark, I had full stop, I had full, capital letters, done. Okay, if I've done all that and it's shown that to the a person who's going to mark my email, I'll get 5. What about my language? Did I make sure I spell correctly? Did I make sure I use, good vocabulary and so on? Okay, here you can use simple vocabulary, it's fine. I like, to go to the beach because it's fun. All simple words, fine. Okay, are they accurate? Fine. Okay, all that is done. What if you say, somebody's asking question, teacher, is it wrong if I write, how are you? I hope you're in the pink of Hajarik.
I was about to mention something like this later.
Yeah, I'm going to explain in a while. This is one I want to, everybody purposely asking because they know what I'll say. You know what, I'll come to that, Jarek.
Yeah.
All right. Yeah. In a while when I teach the developing writers how to write, I will talk about that. Okay, so the 4 criteria content is there, the one in blue. I enjoy being outdoors. I love being on islands. I mentioned it and I told my preference to him. Therefore, I get 5 marks. All right, my communicative achievement, I wrote hi. I said bye. I have exclamation mark, the question mark. Okay, and I use contractions to tell me that I'm talking to my friend. Here, I say should have been can't. It will be better. And I got 5 marks because it also sound friendly. Okay, I am not giving instruction to team. Okay, because he said like, wouldn't it be awesome? Like trying to tell him, wouldn't it be nice? Organization, I have 2 because in addition and also. If you do not have in addition, you will only get 3 because you only use 2 because and also. depends on the examiner, right? So if I were you, I try to use all like in addition, all right, however, all the cohesive devices that your teacher say. I don't know what Tima, why was it?
Fatin home.
Fatima, I also don't know. Okay, all right. And then language, these are the words that I use: swimming, snorkeling, favorite. So when I see this, oh, these students know a lot of words. Okay, and I look at your sentence structure too, your questions that you ask. Okay, what if you make mistakes like your sentence not very accurate? Don't worry. You still can get 5 marks for part 1, even though you make mistakes. Because remember, I said that this is for year 6 from 1 level. Okay, so even though you make mistakes at this part of your exam, we still will give you 5, but we try to tell you not to make mistakes because you have part 2 and part 3. So no matter what level you are, all of you can try to achieve 20 out of 20. If you cannot, also you will get like 15, 16, 17, depending on what mistakes you have done. All right, so you can get good marks in your organization when you use connectors. The one in dark, what color, dark brown, don't use. The one in like dark purple is the one we want you to use more. Okay, now just say, all right, teacher, I cannot write. I have problems writing. Okay, how can you help me? This is how I can help you. Okay, which I shared earlier, only the steps, but I didn't show you the sample. So now I'm going to show you the sample. All right, so step 1, I would read the instruction just like the advanced students. Step 2, read the similars. Step 3, I underline the keywords. Now, step 4 is the one. You have to answer the question in the task. And then when you write your email, you write your text by answering every question or and sentences in the task. And then write your text and add in your linkers. And then don't forget your punctuation. This is what you need to do. Maximum 15 minutes, 1-5. Don't spend so long on this, because if Puan Halimatul and I write an email in response, we will finish by a few minutes. I think 5 minutes, the maximum we will go, because it's just straight to the point. Okay, because we are not an A2 learner, right? So if you are good, you can write within 5 to 10 minutes, just, making sure your tapela is done. But if you are struggling, 15 minutes is enough for you to do all this. The less time you spend on part 1, the more time you have for your part 3. Okay, you spend too long on part 1, you will then suddenly find that part 3 you have less than 45 minutes to do. And that is the part you want to score if you intend to get good grades. Okay, because we have underlined just now, I'm not going to repeat that step, because we have done 1, 2, 3. I straight away go to step 3 to show what we've underlined. So what you do now is this. Okay, you highlight the yellow one, what I want to answer later when I do my text in the email. Okay, the green one is the one I want to answer. So I have to make a choice, outdoors or indoors. So I make a choice. I want to do it. I like outdoors. If you like indoors, write indoors. There is no right or wrong answer. Just choose whatever you want. We just want to know what you prefer, and you write. And then the next one was whether islands or the islands. So I decided that I want the islands. I think many of us like the islands, all right? But maybe Ima likes the highlands too, because she likes hiking. I don't know. All right, she would have chosen the highlands. I would not go highlands. By the time I reach the top, she would have reached the bottom again. Okay. We will be very slow and she will be very fast. Okay. So once you have done that, okay, you have done that. It's very simple. You have done that. You have given your answer. All right. What you need to do is you say the yellow one. I cannot wait for the holidays to arrive. Okay. So Jerry, coming to you. Okay, to your answer, how are you? I hope you are in the pink. And I always like to make this joke. All right. Idiomatic expression. I hope you're in the pink of health. All right. I always ask, why do you think they use pink of all colors? Okay, you have to remember that the language comes from people in Europe. They are white. So when they are healthy, their cheeks, okay, their cheeks here, these are cheeks, their cheeks become pink. So I hope you're in the pink. If they are not well, they are very pale. I would like to joke. I always joke to the teacher, right? To my students when I say, so when you say you're pink in your, I hope you're in the pink, all right? I always ask them, are you pink when you are healthy? Because I'm an Indian. When I'm healthy, I don't look pink, all right? If I think Ima is healthy, she doesn't look pink. She might look more yellowish depending on the skin color, all right? So I like to make a joke like that. Let's look at the way the email has been written to us. Hi, I cannot wait for the holidays to arrive. Now, your friend Tim doesn't care whether you're okay. He doesn't bother. He doesn't ask you, hi, how are you? I hope you are well. He doesn't care. He just says, I cannot wait. I want to go holiday for you. So I always believe that when someone respond to give us something, write to us something like that, we reply the same way.
Yes.
Right. So when someone says, I cannot wait for the holidays to arrive, what would you say to them if they are right in front? Oh, me too, right? Me too. You can say, me too. I can't wait for the holidays. So that is why when you see my reply, I replied, I also cannot wait for the holidays. Or you can say, I'm so happy for the holidays to be here or whatever. Whatever you can write to respond to this. What would you say? I cannot wait for the holidays to arrive. If you put me too, because we're wondering what's me too, right? Because you're writing, unless if someone is in front of us. So you want to write that I also cannot wait for the holidays. I'm trying to figure out how you can use the words there and just add a few words so that it does, even though you are using the sentence here, but you have changed it to what you want.
Yeah.
So this way you still get marks. Okay, if you just copy here, I cannot wait for it, then you get 0 marks.
Yeah.
Copying gets 0, but if you add also, all right, and you don't have the word to arrive is not there, means you have manipulate or change it to what you want, and this one you get marks. All right, then your friend say, I want to plan some exciting things for us to do during holiday. When someone plans something for us, wouldn't we say thank you? So I say, thank you for planning. If you don't know how to write, you just say, thank you for planning, full stop. Or if you want, you follow the sentence here. Thank you for planning exciting things for us to do when I visit or during my visit. You still get marks because you added thank you and you change the sentence to suit what you want. Clear? For those of you who are finding it difficult. Now, even if you're advanced learners, you still can look at this like this and make your own sentence so that your email is a reflection of what your friend has written to you. But you use your own sentence. I cannot wait for the holidays to arrive. I have been planning to get away for a long time, and this is a perfect opportunity for me to do so. I am so excited that you have decided to plan this holiday for us. That would be advanced students, correct? So if you want to use this way also can, but do your sentence. Those who need help, look at the sentence here and try to make that sentence by using the words given here. All right. Now, the next one, the green one. Do you like being outdoors or indoors? Right. So I decided I like being outdoors. Now, whenever we give preference, we need to give reasons. We don't just say, I like being outdoors. I prefer islands. No. Give a reason, simple reason. I like being outdoors. I don't like or I don't enjoy. I don't feel comfortable. I always stay at home, something like that. So I don't enjoy staying at home. The one in gray is the reason for why I want to be outdoor. All right. Then I say I prefer the island, this blue. Okay. Why? Why I love I love the sea. We can swim. We can play volleyball because I think that's what you all know. If you all go to the sea, okay, because I was trying to think like if I am, a student who do not know how to write very well, what reason? I love the sea. I think the word is very, I like the sea. Okay, we can swim. We can play ball. You don't know volleyball, we can play ball. All right. Whatever words that you know. Okay, handball, volleyball, netball, football also you can play on the beach actually.
Yeah.
Right.
Another popular one, doctor, they like to write build sandcastles.
Yes, we can build sandcastles, correct. So whatever words you know, you put it here when you say to island. That is why I choose islands, because when it comes to islands, many of you know a lot of things that you can do. If I say highlands, then you'll be wondering, okay, besides hiking, what you can do, so I choose the one that I think everyone knows. But if you choose highlands and you know what you want to do, you got the words, choose highlands, all right? Then say, let me know so I can plan ahead. What would you answer? Sorry, this round thing should be islands or islands, okay? The circle. So what can you do is, I hope I have given you the answers you need, right? Because he asked, let me know. So I hope I've given you the answers you need by Aisha. Okay? All right. Whatever name. You can lie a name. It doesn't matter. I'm just putting Aisha, right? Okay, so now you want to add the linkers, right? So you put team, Ali, holiday plans. You are writing now in the exam paper. So hi team. I also cannot wait for the holidays. Thank you for planning exciting things for us to do. Is for this. I like being outdoors. Put a linker because I don't enjoy staying at home. I prefer the islands. I love the sea. Instead of saying so, you put therefore. Therefore is very easy. We can swim and we can play volleyball. Or therefore we can swim and we can build sand castles. Right? I hope I have not give. I need example lah. Example of an error when you are writing. See, even as a person who's good in English, when I'm right, I still make errors. This is called first draft error. I didn't check my work, right? I have given you the answers you need. Just say you also write like that. I hope I have give you the answers you need. Doesn't matter. You still get marks because this is A2 essay part 1, right? So we will underline the word give here to show that it is a mistake, right? By exclamation mark, Aisha. You can also ask questions. I prefer the island. I love the sea. Do you think we can swim and play volleyball? Question mark. You can, if you want to make it more informal, asking your friend question. If no, you can just continue writing like this. This is not a problem. All right? Okay, so Jari, does that answer your question? You all laugh, ha 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 ha. All right, after we talk about being pink and black and brown and whatever color we are, okay? So just, Jerick, don't waste too much time about how are you, I hope you are in the Philippines. Nothing wrong, but sometimes I wonder why we ask when it was not asked to us. Okay, anything that you want to share with me to let me know whether this way that I have shared with you, all right, have helpful, very helpful to you, how to go, especially if you are struggling. How do I write? How do I write? Do you think the way that I've shown for those who need help, who are seeking guidance, now do you feel that when you look at the question that you know these are things I can answer? Do you think so? Give us some feedback so that, maybe in the future I can think other ways that I can help those especially that need help. All right, so Jerick has said thank you. You're very much welcome, Jerick. Okay, it's very cliche for us, teachers. We read the same thing. How are you? I hope you are in the pink. I hope. How are you? I hope you're in the pink. I read that over and over again. Okay, Hazim. Thank you. Oh, you're welcome, Hazim. Don't forget to come again later at 4, right? Okay. Any feedback? Nivita, is Nivita still here? What about those who are struggling to write? You can write in Malay. I want to let you know you can write your comments in Malay, no problem, because when you want to ask question, I'm not asking you to ask in English. You can ask in Malay. We will answer you in Malay and English, both language. Ya, boleh tanya soalan dalam bahasa Melayu. Right? When you don't know, you have to ask question regardless of the language. Please don't ask in Mandarin and Tamil. Puan Halimatul and I will be struggling to answer. Okay, but you can ask in Malay or English questions and we will try our best to help you. Do you think, feedback, do you think all of you can score maybe like 17 and above? Say yes or no. Okay, and if you realize at the comment, not chat, at the comment for the first all the reading, YouTube that has been recorded, and just now the earlier one, I've put a Google form there because the Google form is just so that I know if you need a last minute tip, either on the 5th or on the 3rd of January before your English paper, because there is a gap between your BM and English paper. If you need last minute tips, if no one answers, I'm not going to have a session on either of the dates. I'm just asking because some people they need the assurance that they are fine, and it's only going to focus on reading and writing, and you choose which part you want. Okay, Nivita says all clear, thank you, you're welcome. Lam says no question, everything is clear. All right, you're welcome. Alia, berapa minit untuk part 1 1? Alia boleh cuba maksimum paling banyak pun 15 sajalah Alia. Jangan banyak sangat Alia. Kalau banyak sangat nanti susah nanti untuk part lain kan. Sebab dia pendek. Gas. 80% perkataan sangat pendek.
Yeah, exactly. Can I just add a little bit, Doctor?
Halimatul, go ahead.
I find that some pupils, especially those who are able ones, more proficient ones, they tend to want to write too much to the point that you write outside of the given space. Siap tulis, extra kat bawah lagi. Like what Doctor said tadi, between 80, 100, maximum 150 is enough, not too much. As long as you have responded to the information, you've made sure you've responded according to the highlighted requirements, and you have made sure that you have your punctuation, everything in. Maximum, like Dr. cakap tadi, 15 minutes, not more.
Yeah, that's the maximum. If you are good, you can finish in 5-10 minutes. That even better. Then you spend your essay about 20-25 minutes. You have more for your part 3. Jared has a question. Before I answer,
Idioms.
I would ask Halimatul to answer first. Can we have idioms in an email if I have some?
Okay, as a teacher and also as an examiner, okay, all teachers are examiners. If your idiom is suitable for the content, if it makes imagine you're talking to a friend. Do you normally talk to your friend using idioms? You should ask your question. You should answer that. If it's a personal thing between your friend and you like to use idioms, probably yes. But as far as I'm concerned, if the idiom is really, really helpful, it makes your letter sound more interesting, more friendly, and exciting, yes, you should. But again, if you think you're going to be using up time to think of an idiom to put in your email, then I would say don't bother, don't worry about it. Okay, but yes, you can if you want to, but think and ask yourself, is it necessary?
I want everyone to remember whoever is here, Jerry, especially those who are the problem comes from very good students, including my daughter who's doing SPM this year. If my daughter hears this, she's going to scream at me, but nobody knows my daughter anyway. She said that I like to embarrass her. I think all parents embarrass their kids. That's normal. Okay, I just want to say my daughter spent not too much time. She writes very long in an email, even though I have told her, even as a mother, as a trainer, as a teacher who gives courses, don't spend too much time writing an email. And she said, no, I cannot stop. I want to write. But the thing is this, let's be practical. 80 words for a low level standard 6 from 1 level. Please don't spend too much time because when you write the first sentence, second sentence in your email, we already know your level actually.
Yes.
If you don't know who you are, just say I go to teacher, Cikgu Halimato school, and she give me an email to read. I already know this student is actually what level, but we have to mark according to the scheme of marks that we have, right? But we already know. So when you do your essay, we already know what level you are, and we want to see whether you can go higher. So 80 words, just use 80 words, because please show your ability in writing in part 3,
Yes.
because that's the one we want to give you, whether we want to give you 5 marks or 4 marks, that's the one. Because in part 1, even we learners who we know struggling to write can get 20 out of 20. So what is the difference between Jarek, you're writing with an idiom, and those students who are struggling to write but have content, we can understand, answer all the questions, write informally, they also get 20 out of 20. That is what I am trying to tell you. All right. So, but Jerry, just say you still have an idiom, and it goes like one Halimato say, it goes hand in hand. It we will not deduct marks. We will not do anything. Yes, you will mind, and it's suitable. We will just accept it. Okay. All right. So Alia said thank you. All right. Another teacher said writing too long tend to make.
Yes.
Yeah,
That's
exactly.
correct. Cikgu.
Exactly correct. Okay, so that is what I'm trying to say. Because good learners, excellent learners love to overthink. I stop overthinking about everything, because I know when I'm doing speaking next week with Puan Halimatul again, we will have a lot of questions, because when you're producing something, you always aim like, I want to do this, I want to do that. All right. So don't overthink. Things are simple, make it simple. Okay. All right. So don't worry too much. This is not UPSR, where I know UPSR, if you write too long, your mark will be deducted. I know. They have only certain numbers. Okay, you write extra 1 word, 2 word, you are deducted because the teachers count. But we, as teachers, for Form 4, Form 5, we do not count. Even from 1, 2, 3, we do not count the number of words. If you write too long, Jarek, you will lose mark in CA if you are giving extra information that is not required. You have to understand, when you write too long, meaning you are giving overflow of information that was not asked by team, you would not even get here. It's Amal here. Amal. It's Amal. I know who's Amal. Is it really a must for me to end? I hope I have helped you. Fine. If you don't want to say, I hope I've helped you, but your email is complete, it's fine. It's
Yeah, no
fine.
need.
No need. I wrote that because I'm trying to help those who are weak. You know, what would they write? Because if not, they would not have the 80 words. That's what I'm trying to do. Every single sentence, they answer to it so that they get the 80 words. If you are a good writer, you know what to write. It's complete. You don't have to write that. Okay? All right? Because when you talk to your friend, usually you don't say all this. Okay? All right. Any more questions? No, I always know that when it comes to writing, there will be questions compared to reading, because reading is receptive, very quiet, only goes in your brain. Nobody will ask question, and it's objective. Everyone think that they can just choose an answer. But when it's writing and speaking, where you have to produce, I know the anxiety is different. Okay.
True.
All right. So if there is nothing, okay, I would like to wish you all, thank you for being here. Thank you for your questions. And also good luck for part 1. All of you can get 20 out of 20. Everyone, even those like, I'm struggling to write, you
Yeah.
can get 20 out of 20 if you follow how I've done it just now. Answer every single sentence, take your time, 15 minutes done. Then you do the same thing for part 2, which I will show again later at 4 o'clock. Okay? So if there is nothing, I pass back to Puan Halimato to end the session.
Okay, thank you very much, Natila, for such an insightful and fruitful session. Yes, everyone tends to think that part one quite easy. Memang easy, yes, but you do need to be careful. What I find, a lot of pupils, especially the proficient ones, because they want to get it done and over with, sometimes they miss one or two information, the content. So just be very careful. Make sure you highlight the necessary information that you need when you're doing parts 1, 2, and 3, steps 1, 2, and 3, okay? And inshallah, definitely 15 marks above will be in your hands, okay? And we shall meet again at 4 later. Please come in and please ask your other friends who are not with us now, because parts 2 and 3, very important, okay? All right. Thank you very much, everybody. We'll see you guys again. Bye.
Bye.